But let's look at the Nipsey Hussle situation when some of the witnesses that were there that were actually shot with him, they got warrants for their arrest when they didn't show up for court. Why is it not in this situation?
I also interviewed Suge Knight from his prison. He claimed that Ray J and Diddy were lovers.
Absolutely.
That's true?
Yes.
You know that for a fact?
Yeah, all of these guys, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Pierce, you don't want to be the only straight male at a party for people who under the rainbow situation, right? You don't want to be that guy, because if someone starts to hit on you in there, now you're the idiot because you're at their situation. How are you upset? What are you here for? So that's why, you know, I would always, if I would get a call from a client and they're going to one of these events, I'm gonna sit in the car. You know, if it comes down to being dangerous, call me, I'll come in, I'm gonna demonstrate immediately.
Do you think Diddy was actually gay?
I think he's a bisexual man.
Right.
Absolutely. All of these rapper dudes, and most of them are, man. Like,
really?
Yeah, I can tell you off camera. I'll give you I'll tell you some stuff.
But in this interview I did with Suge Knight, he also pretty much intimated that Diddy was directly involved in killing Tupac and trying to kill him. Obviously, he was in the car as well. What do you know about that?
The gentleman, Dwayne Keith Davis, who is currently in a Clark County jail because of this, he stated clearly that after the death of Tupac, Diddy called him and said, "Was that us?" Because he was compensating his group to keep him safe as he maneuvered through certain areas. And you know, living in a hip hop life, situations can become tumultuous fast. So you definitely want to have that street element along with a private protection element. And he had that. And FBI confirmed that there was a payment made for the unaliving of the rapper. Said that the payment got intercepted by Eric Von Zip, who was known for doing things like this. You know, $1 million check goes out, he intercepts it. You know, what is Keefy D gonna do? Call the cops? It's not. A lot of activity takes place, and it's people like me who get calls about it, because like I became a fixer for people after a while. You know, I have my own company, my own team, and a lot of times people would call me when things are like sticky. And, you know, I made it very clear to these people, like, you know, y'all gonna become enemies of mine because of the way y'all treat ladies, the way y'all treat women, the way his sons operate. Yeah, I'll never, ever just lay down and die about it. You know, if you stand for something, you know, if you see something, you should say something. And I first started speaking out years ago. People told me I was crazy. They don't say such things anymore.
Right.
Absolutely.
So just on Diddy and Tupac and Suge Knight, obviously, do you personally believe he was pretty directly involved?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
No doubt about it.
And do you think the whole hip-hop world knows that?
Yes. Yeah, in the hip-hop world, it's common knowledge. Absolutely.
What does that tell you about the kind of man Diddy is then?
You ever notice that you always see this gentleman in a towel, shirtless, in his underpants all the time? Why you always half naked in the middle of the day? And, you know, there's a video of him saying that he's a savage.